Welcome to this Vinyasa Flow class. I was having a little trouble recording this, so I apologize for the several shots that there are. My animals are in this as well. They joined me, and some of my kids were in this as well. So we're going to start down on our mat and focus on Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is also known as yogi breath. And to do this, you breathe out kind of like you're fogging up a glass. So breathe in and out. You can open your mouth a couple of times to get it. Breathe in and out. Now you can try the same thing closing your mouth. And this practice, we're going to focus on doing one breath per movement. So come up to tabletop pose. We're going to come into a wide-legged child pose, toes together, knees apart as you sit back into your child's pose and find your Ujjayi breath. If at any point you cannot keep up with the breathing, it's okay. Just try to come back to it. If we hold a pose for longer than one breath, find your own breathing rate and catch up later. We will probably be at different paces since we are breathing differently. So just try your best to do what you can. And if you can't focus on the breathing, just try to come back to it. So inhale to come up to a tabletop position. Inhale to drop your belly into cow pose. And exhale as you tilt your pelvis under, your spine arches. We're going to do that a few times, so find your breath as you inhale and exhale. Inhale to drop your belly to the mat. Look up. Exhale. Arch your back. And keep going with this. Inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to cat. Arch your spine. Cow pose, drop your belly to the mat. Exhale as you arch your spine. Inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale as you curl your toes under and push up into down dog. This is our first down dog, so we're going to take a couple of breaths in this pose. Find your breath here. You can pedal out your feet if that feels good for you. Roll up through your spine and come into a plank position as you inhale. Exhale as you go all the way down to the mat in Chaturanga. Come all the way down to your belly. Place the tops of your feet to the mat. Inhale as you come up for Cobra and exhale as you go down. Inhale as you go up for Cobra and exhale as you go down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale. Go down to the mat. Inhale as you push up to tabletop. Curl your toes under. And exhale as you lift your hips up for a down dog. Find your breath. On your next inhale, you're going to step or hop up in between your hands. Inhale with a flat back and exhale to a forward fold. Grab your elbows for ragdoll. Focus on your Ujjayi breath. Exhale as you roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, your arms go up overhead. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, and you're going to exhale as you bend to the right. Steady your breath and gaze forward. Inhale up to center. Grab your right wrist with your left hand as you bend to the left. We take 3 breaths in this position, so do that at your pace. Inhale back up to center. Arms come down as you cactus. Open up your chest, arch your spine. Cactus the arms. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale as you forward fold. Bring your hands to the mat. Inhale as you step back to plank. Exhale as you come down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. We're going to do that flow a couple more times. So step or hop up in between your hands. Inhale as you come up to stand. Hands go above your head as your hands press together and come down through heart center. Inhale, send your arms up above your head. Grab your left wrist. Exhale as you bend to the side. 3 breaths here at your pace. Keep your breath steady and your gaze forward. Inhale as you come up to center. Grab your right wrist and bend to the left side. 3 breaths here at your pace. Inhale as you come to center. Exhale as you cactus your arms down, arch your back. Inhale, exhale down to a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale as you step or hop back to plank. Inhale, exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog, and exhale through down dog. I'm going to do that flow one more time. So step or hop up in between your hands. On your next inhale, step or hop up in between your hands. With a flat back, exhale to forward fold. Inhale as your arms go up above your head. Grab your left wrist with your right hand as you bend over to the right. Exhale. 3 breaths at your pace. Exhale as you come back up to center. Grab your right wrist as you bend to the left. 3 breaths at your pace. Inhale as we come back to center. Exhale as you cactus your arms. Open your chest and arch your back. Inhale. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Step or hop back to plank. Exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. If you've lost your ujjayi breath, try to come back to it now. Pedal out your legs, take a breath. Step or hop up in between your hands with a flat back on your next inhale. Exhale as you come to stand. Inhale. Exhale as you go down to chair pose. Find your breath. Exhale as you bring your hands down to the mat to a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Hold your breath as you step or hop back to plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. Inhale as you send your right leg up high. Exhale to pull your right knee into the center. Exhale as you send your leg up high. Inhale as you pull your right knee to your right elbow. Exhale, send your leg high. Inhale as your right knee comes to your left elbow. Exhale as you send your leg up high. Inhale as you step between your hands. Exhale to come up. Inhale and exhale as you bend down into your crescent lunge. Find your breath. As you exhale, try to sink a little deeper into the pose. On your next inhale, we're going to pivot our left foot over to the long edge of the mat, facing the long edge. come into a warrior two, bend into that right knee. Make sure your knee is open. As your arms come parallel to the mat, gaze over your right hand. Inhale for reverse warrior. Think of this more as a side bend than a back bend. This should be stretching through your side. Inhale to come up and exhale for a side angle. Forearm comes down to thigh as your left hand goes up, or your right arm can come down to the mat if that's comfortable for you. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank as you inhale. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. Inhale, send your left leg up high. Pull your knee into the center of your chest. Exhale as you send your leg up high. Pull your left leg to your left elbow. Left leg high. Pull your left knee to your right elbow. Left leg goes high as you step up. Exhale in between your hands. Inhale as you come up, and exhale as you sink down into your crescent lunge. Find your breath. Inhale to come up, right foot pivots facing the long edge of your mat. Bend into your left knee as we come to a warrior two. Arms are parallel to the mat as we gaze over to our left hand. Inhale as you come back into reverse warrior. Left hand goes up, side bend to the right. Inhale as you come up. Forearm goes down to the thigh as you exhale and reach your right arm up. Make sure that your pelvis is tucking in here instead of sticking out, kind of like we're flat on a wall. Inhale to come up and exhale to step back into plank. Inhale, exhale as you come down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog and exhale through down dog. We are going to do that flow once again, so step or hop up in between your hands. As you inhale with a flat back, exhale to forward fold. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale as we sit into chair pose. Find your breath. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Hands come down to the mat, step or hop back to plank. Right leg goes up, pull it into your chest. Right knee up as you exhale, right knee to right elbow. Right leg up as you exhale, inhale as you twist to your left elbow. Right leg goes up as we step in between our hands for a crescent lunge. Inhale to come up and exhale to sink down into the pose. Find your breath. Inhale, left foot pivots facing the long edge of the mat as we come into a warrior two. Squeeze your right glute, make sure your knee is tracking over those ankles, and gaze over to your right hand. Inhale to a reverse warrior. Right hand goes up and over as you side bend. Right forearm comes down to thigh, and we go into our side angle as our left hand reaches up to the sky. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Inhale as you step back to plank. Exhale as you go to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog and exhale to down dog. Left leg goes up. Pull your left leg into your chest. Left leg goes up as you exhale. Inhale as you pull it to your left elbow. Exhale, send it up. Inhale as you pull it to your right elbow. Exhale, send it up. Step in between your hands. Inhale to come up and exhale to sink into your crescent lunge. Find your breath at your pace and sink lower into the pose as you exhale. Inhale as you pivot your right foot to the long edge of the mat. Exhale as you come up and bend into your warrior two. Arms are parallel to the mat as you gaze over to your left hand. Inhale as you come to reverse warrior. Exhale as you come up. Inhale to side angle. Exhale as you send your arm up. Inhale back up. Hands come down to the mat. Step or hop back to plank. Exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. Exhale to push yourself back into a child's pose. Find your breath. If at any point you get tired, you can always rest in down dog or child's pose. Come back to your breath. If you've lost it, focus on the Ujjayi breath. Inhale as you come up. Exhale to curl your toes under and walk up to your hands. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, send your arms up high, palms pressed together, and exhale as they come down through heart center. Inhale as you send your arms up, sit down into a chair pose as you exhale. Hands come to heart center. Inhale and exhale as you twist. Your left elbow is going to hook over to your right leg. Inhale as you come to center and twist right elbow to left knee. Inhale back to center and exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, arms come down to the mat. Heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat and come down into a malasana or a yogi squat. Focus on your breath. Come down to sit on your mat as we come into a bound angle. Soles of your feet go together, or you can practice opening up your feet as the soles go to the sky. Hinge forward with a flat back, and then relax your head. Focus on your Ujjayi breath. Inhale as you come back up to sit on your mat. Adjust on your mat. Bring the soles of your feet flat to the mat. Engage through your core. Bring your hands behind your thighs and lift your legs up as we come into boat pose. You can stay here, or if you need more, you can straighten your arms, palms up. Hold and breathe in this pose. If your core is shaking, that's a good sign and your muscles are working for you. Release your feet down to the mat as you cross at the ankles and then push yourself forward. Come back into a tabletop pose. Inhale as you curl your toes under on your mat, and exhale as you send your hips up high into down dog. Inhale as your right leg comes up high. Exhale, step your right hand in between your hands. Inhale as you engage your core, arms come up, and exhale as we sink down into a crescent lunge. Inhale, your hands come to heart center, and exhale as you hook your left elbow over to your right knee with a twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale as your arms come down to the mat. Inhale as you step back to plank. Inhale as you go over into a side plank. Find your breath. Come back to the mat slowly and controlled. Exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. Send your left leg up high. As you exhale, inhale to step in between your hands. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you sink down into your crescent lunge. Find your breath. Exhale, arms come down to the mat. Inhale as you step back to plank. And exhale as you roll open into a side plank. Push that mat away and make sure your shoulders are back away from your ears. Come back to the mat controlled. Exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. On your next inhale, step or hop up in between your hands with a flat back. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, arms come up, palms touch, and exhale down through heart center. Soften your leg and then bring your right leg up and over as we come into an eagle pose. Sink down into your hips, core's engaged. Arms can grab the opposite shoulders, or if you need more, you can grab your forearms. Sink down into your eagle pose. If you need more, you can come into a nesting eagle. Bring your elbows down to your knees. Find your breath. Inhale as we come up into one-legged Tadasana. Arms come up, float your right knee, and then exhale as you kick your right knee back and come into a warrior three. Hips are facing the mat. Exhale as you bring your hands down to the mat into a standing split. Your supporting leg is softened as your right leg goes up high. If you need more of a balancing challenge, bring your left hand to your left ankle. Place your hands back to the mat. Walk them out in front of you as you bring your right leg down. Inhale to a flat back and exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, arms come up, palms touch. Exhale, bring your palms down through heart center. We're going to do eagle on the other side, so soften your supporting leg. Left leg comes up and wraps around your knee. You can grab your opposite shoulders. Make sure you're doing the other side that we didn't do on the last side. If you need more, you can wrap your forearms and breathe. You can also come into a nesting eagle pose here if you would like, or you can stay and sink down into your hips. Bring your leg up into one-legged Tadasana as you kick it back into a warrior three. Bring your hands down to the mat as we come into our standing split. Left leg goes up high. Keep your supporting leg softened. And if you need more of a balancing challenge, bring your right hand to your right ankle. Walk your hands out in front of you as you slowly lower your left leg to the mat. Inhale with a flat back and exhale to forward fold. Inhale as we come up, send the hands up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We're coming into a tree pose. So wherever your leg is comfortable, just do not place it on your knee joint. Bring it to where you're comfortable and find your balance. Hands can come to prayer, or you can send your hands up high. Find your Ujjayi breath. Exhale as you release out of your tree pose. We're going to come into a dancer pose on our right side. So bring your right hand down like you're holding a tray and grab a hold of your right foot. Inhale as you bring your leg up and exhale as you kick back into your hand. Left hand reaches up. Steady your gaze and steady your breath in this pose. Release back down to the mat. Bring your left leg up into a tree pose, wherever it's comfortable. Hands can come to prayer through heart center, or if you need more, you can send your hands up overhead. Find your Ujjayi breath. Come to a dancer pose on your left side. Left hand comes out like you're holding onto a tray. Left foot comes up. Inhale. And exhale as you kick back into your hand. Send your right arm up. This side may feel completely different from the other side, and that's normal. Release back down to the mat. Stand at the top of your mat as we come into our flow. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down to a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Hold your breath as you step or hop back to plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. Exhale as your right leg goes up high. Inhale to step up between your hands as we come into warrior one. Back leg is at a 45-degree angle. Turn out as we sink down into our right knee. If your heel is not touching the mat, you can bring your stance wider. Make sure your back heel is touching the mat. Come up to stand and pivot so you're facing the long edge of your mat. You may need to adjust your feet here. Toes go in towards each other. Hands to hips as we hinge forward from our hips into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Make sure your shoulders are pushing back and away from your ears. Hands come back to your hips. Bend your knees as you come up with a flat back. Pivot your right foot to face the short edge of your mat. Soften your knee. Hands come parallel as we lean forward. Bring your hand down. You can come to your mat, to your ankle, wherever it's comfortable as you gaze up to the sky. Inhale as you come back up to center, and heel toe your back foot out a little bit as we come into a warrior two. Bend into your right knee. Hands come parallel to the mat as we gaze over our right hand. Reverse warrior. Left hand comes to your calf as you bend. Cartwheel your hands back down to the mat and step back. Exhale as you go into a down dog. Send your right leg up high and bring your right knee to your right elbow. Foot is flexed as we come into our pigeon pose. Get situated where you're comfortable here, and then sit up as tall as you can. Hands come up above your head into a prayer position as we do a slight back bend. If this is too much, just stay in a regular pigeon pose. You can also bring your hands back down to the mat and walk them forward slowly as you come to your forearms. Find your Ujjayi breath in this pose. Curl your back toes under as you push back up into a three-legged down dog. Circle your leg around to get that blood flow back to that hip. Right leg comes back down to the mat. Left leg goes up high as we step up in between our hands for a warrior one. Back heel is on the ground with a 45-degree turnout of the toes as we sink into our warrior one. Find your Ujjayi breath. Come up, face the long edge of your mat as we come into a wide-legged forward fold. Hinge down from your hips. Hands come down to the ground and push your shoulders back and away from your ears. Hands come back to your hips as you bend into your knees and come up, standing with a flat back. Rotate your left foot pointing towards the short edge of your mat. Soften your left leg. Arms go parallel to the mat as you hinge forward. Hand can come down to the ankle, to a mat, or to a block as you open through your chest. Come back up to standing. Heel toe your right foot out a little ways, still pointing towards the long edge of your mat as you bend into your warrior two. Arms come parallel to the mat as you gaze over to your left hand. Reverse warrior, right hand to right calf as we come into a side bend. And then cartwheel your hands back down to the mat. Step back into a down dog with your left leg up high. Bring your left knee to your left wrist as you come into your pigeon pose. Flex your left foot. Get situated comfortably. Sit up as tall as you can as we reach our arms up for a slight back bend. Gaze up to the ceiling, or bring your hands down as you walk forward on your mat slowly down to your forearms. Find your Ujjayi breath in this pose. Curl your right toes under and push yourself back up into a three-legged down dog. You can circle that hip around, get some blood flow back to that hip. Bring your left leg back down to the mat as we come into a down dog. Roll up into a plank position and then lower yourself down through chaturanga all the way down to your belly on the mat. Feet come flat to the mat as we come into a locust pose. Send your hands back, palms facing down. Exhale as you send your legs up. Inhale, and then exhale as you send your chest up. Squeeze your glutes. Hands are coming back and you will be able to feel this through your lower back. Exhale as you release down to the mat. Lay on your right cheek and find your Ujjayi breath. Bring your head up and then bend your knees. Reach back with your hands and grab a hold of your feet, ankles, or shins. And then exhale as you kick into your hands into a bow pose. Breathe and hold. Exhale to release. Come down to your mat and lay on your left cheek. Find your Ujjayi breath here. Bend your knees and windshield wipe your legs back and forth. This will help to neutralize the spine. Inhale as you push yourself up and exhale as you come back to a child's pose. Inhale as you come up to tabletop. Send your right arm up high and exhale as you thread it through to your left side. Right cheek comes down to the mat and your left hand goes up to the corner of your mat. You can also wrap that left arm around the lower back as you gaze up to the ceiling. Bring your hand back down to the mat as you push yourself up. Inhale as you reach your left arm up high and exhale as you thread it under your right side. Right hand comes up to the corner of the mat, or you can bring that right arm up and around the lower back. Bring your right hand back down to the mat as you push yourself back up to a tabletop pose. Curl your toes under on your mat and exhale as you come into down dog. Step or hop up in between your hands as you sit on your mat. Send your right leg out long as your left foot comes to your inner thigh. Reach up to lengthen through your spine as you forward fold. Hinge from your hips. You can catch a hold of your foot, your ankle, or your shin, and then relax your head down as we come into a passive forward fold stretch. Find your Ujjayi breath. Come back to sit as we switch our legs. Left leg goes out long and right foot comes to the inner thigh. Hands go up as we lengthen and exhale as you fold. Come back up to sit. Send both your legs out long. Inhale to lengthen through your spine as you reach your arms up, and exhale as you forward fold. You can catch a hold of your feet, your ankles, or your shins, and relax your head down as we come into a passive forward fold stretch. Come back up to sit on your mat and bring your feet to the mat. Hands are going to come behind your thighs as you slowly roll yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae to your mat. Go as slow as you can, engaging your core. Lay flat on your back. Bring your heels in close, hip width distance apart, as you push up into a bridge pose. If you need more of a stretch in your shoulders, feel free to clasp your hands together as you roll your shoulders underneath your upper back. Find your Ujjayi breath in this pose. Release your hands as you roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Pull your legs in as you roll your knees to one side and then the other. This will be a nice release and neutralize our spine. Bring your knees up to tabletop as your arms come into a T. Keep your knees together as you lower your legs down to your left and gaze over to your right hand. Your upper back should be grounding down on the mat, and this twist should be coming from the middle of your back. Find your breath in this position. Inhale to bring your knees back up, and exhale as they drop down to your right side. Gaze over to your left hand. Make sure that your upper back is still grounding down into the mat. Inhale to pull your knees back up. And we're going to come into a happy baby pose. So bring the soles of your feet like they're going to stamp the ceiling. Grab onto the outer side of your feet. If your lower back is coming up from the mat, try to press it back down. And you can also begin to straighten and bend your legs in this position. Stretch out your hamstrings a little bit and find that Ujjayi breath. Release your feet and place your legs down straight on the mat as we come into Savasana. You can roll your shoulders underneath your upper back, palms are facing up, and melt everything into your mat. Unclench your jaw and your face muscles if you're holding tension there, and find your Ujjayi breath. If you want something different to focus on, you can place one hand on your stomach and one hand on your heart, or you can place both of your hands onto your stomach. I know that this helps me to focus on my breath and be more aware of my breathing. So whatever's comfortable for you today, go ahead and do, and try to just relax into your mat. You can stay in Savasana as long as you would like to. If you're ready to come out, begin to wiggle your toes and your hands. And then we're going to push ourselves back up to a seated position on our mat. I hope you guys enjoyed our class today. Thanks for letting all of my animals join. They were kind of a pain, but I love them. They're my little fur babies. My puppy Belle likes to help a lot. Thank you for joining us for our Vinyasa Flow class today. We will see you guys next time. Namaste.